on the last episode of Amnesia, a machine for pigs. Come on, you bitch. Hey guys, we're gonna read this. Lily's arms are made of steel. Lily's arms are silent. The pistons are silent, and the plant is at rest. I must poke the hornet's nest to open my way, I fear. The scale of these engines suggests a far greater works than is visible from the surface, so my friend must be correct and larger parts of this plant is underground. We are close to the no wonder flooding is such a risk. So I guess I have to pull the levers now? Pig mask. Oh. October 18th, 1899. A series of collecting vents have been installed along the ceiling at this stage of the line. In the process of sending and bleeding, the product often expels stinking vapors from its digestive system, which can be collected, condensed, and used in the methane boiler to drive the engine as a whole. In this way, the more product is processed, the more power becomes available to the machine, and productivity is actually increased. A simple stroke of genius, but one that encapsulates the benefit of self-regulatory automation. That's actually a pretty good idea, if I do say so myself. Bam. Oh, I can open. Lame. I have to put that in and try and spin it or something. Where do I go? Peg. Stop that. My head hurts. Okay, so shit's getting pretty cray. Fuck off! No. I know what I'm looking for, guys, so... If that upsets you, you all can... go to hell. Because I don't give a poop! He's having a hard time. Goodbye, my friends. What? That's right. Nothing. We good. Okay, so... up there! We seem to be on, like, the actual... I don't know if that's coal? or if it's like feed. April 30th, 1899. The crate arrived this morning and I had delivered it directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is a humanoid in shape but has suffered severe skeletal deformity, remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether the unfortunate is the recipient of some barbaric surgery or was born deformed and an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him and suspect my great uncle's presence in his curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution, but here my great uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subjects of his experiment, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. Now we require a new creature for our chattel, as loyal, clever, strong, and easily sated. So let me break it down for you guys. The body that he got in the mail is Mr. Faze, aka the Grunt, from Brennenburg, and that's why he said he smells the orb upon him and suspect his great uncle's present in his curious condition. So his great uncle is Alexander Orb. BAM! That's part of the whole story right here. I don't know where the fuck to go. So these doors are closed. That's where it came from, so we'll go down here. Leroy Jenkins, because I have no fear. Hello? Okay. Don't you laugh at me. Here we go. So, I'm sorry that was so uneventful for you guys, but, that was unfortunately one of the parts I had seen, and there was no way in hell that I was going to fumble around in there for however many minutes doing whatever and running from those assholes. So the story really isn't coming together for me. It's kind of just like pieces and parts and Brandberg. Yeah, so they're totally dark dissenting here. Because this was like, the first part was like, I don't remember where we were when we first got into the machine part. And we walked down that like staircase. And then the staircase like breaks and shit like that. That was like the dark descent. And then this is obviously reminiscent of the elevator crash.
Quickly, Magnus, find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue.
My babies are weeping and they're sad. Too bad I don't care. Oops. The descent continues. What did that dark voice instruct me to do? Under the pistons, into the tunnels, and onto the bilge pumps? And if the door should be locked, I will have to find another means of descent. I cannot trust him, but my path is set. I shall ignore those noises, that snuffling, those shuffling steps below me. I will brave whatever looks beneath, and I will save them. Sabotage! Bruised and battered but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle, but I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the maddest about me, and do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Just find the way to the bilge drain, the flood, free my babies. Oh, my head itches. More teethers. July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required, or the cells will not hold bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate, and using incineration or risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A simple compound of 1 part Brandenburg infusion vitate, 1 part organ monad dispersal fluid is sufficient. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schneemann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is hardly corrosive. It can even destroy small quantities of metal. Can I not? Fine. So, I guess this is the lamp that they're talking about? Yeah, because I can move it. Nee! So I need to find a little Brandenburg compound. I guess. What? Frog? Oh! It's like farting. Silence now, frog. Oh. Oh! Maintenance access. There's clearly another passage beyond the locked gates. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm, and after that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. So, we're gonna have to, like, find that Brandenburg compound. So we can burn stuff. That was useless. Okay, my nose is itchy. The centrifuge? It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of 2 composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. I knew it. So, 2 ways to go. Low temperature storage and holding pen. It's not going there. Let me check how much time I have. I have 2 minutes. I had 3:50. Pig! And screaming. Mostly pigs, though. Mostly pigs. So, what? Okay. What? Cool. I'm back. Aw. Hate this place. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does. Bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs. Blood and excrement. My lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple enter me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all. Gathered what I can, push them back into my gray gums with my fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help with the running of the fever. Because not all of us can take the change. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that. But he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Dude, I know that feel. Alright, so guess we're done in there. No. Oh, lucky me. Wait. Stick! Lucky me! I'm gonna go over here and stop recording. See you in the next episode, guys! Bye!